Right, as mentioned in a previous video, guys, I'm going to talk a little bit about my wood carving kit. I've actually gone through all my wood carving tools and I've had a good sort out, and this is what I've ended up with. And let's go from left to right. I've got a slide knife, I've got a Mora clipper, that's a Frixie cut knife, great for doing decorative work. Next to that lot, I've got a large Ben Orford spoon knife, and I've got a Santdala spoon knife there. Next to that is a Ben Orford pick knife and a small spoon knife. If I come in on that, that's a homemade crook knife. The difference between spoon knives and crook knives is the bevels are on different sides. It's a one I made on a course and I'm really pleased with it. I just got to try and get the edge a bit more. In there's my carving jack. It's like the Swiss Army knife of carving tools. Very good bit of kit. Spoon knife, small bladed knife, end scorps and what have you. And the stropping kit just to keep the edge. And of course my folding saw. If I come round, we've got the big guns here. Right, small hatchet, wildlife hatchet. Probably one of the more dangerous axes in the axe workshop because of its size. It's small, but it's great for just hewing out a bit of wood. Right, this is a GB carving axe. You will find that the bevel, this is a right-handed one, because the bevel, there's less of a bevel on the right-hand side. It's flatter. It's easier for carving. This is one that I'm working on at the moment. Just carving the handle up, and obviously I've got the blade gaffer taped. This is a limited edition blade head made by a guy in Sweden. He's in his 80s now. He doesn't make so many, so it's almost a collector's item. And I'm still carving the handle out. I'm going to try and get it smoother, obviously thinner, so it's easier to hold when I'm carving. And a curved adze, a scooped adze, a plain adze and a throw, and of course the puck for sharp keeping the axes honed. The throw is a very useful piece of kit. Even if you're just going to split firewood, it's easier to split up with that than it is using your bushcraft knife. The reason being, you've got a bit of leverage using that, and you can actually quite quickly work the wood down. Originally throws were used for making shingles and other such items in woodcraft or coppice-craft. That's my tools. And what have I done with these? Well, what I'll do is I'll just bring a few items that I've made. And these are, apart from that and that and that, those three items I've recently made. This is my porridge spoon with a little cross at the top. That's made so I can hook a bit of string around it, keep it off the ground. Because the mice had a go at this one last year, and I've had to redone the end. This is a spoon in progress. This is made out of rhododendron. Really nice, carves up really nice. And I'm still working on it. And that's for a friend at work. And this is a butter spreader. This is made out of maple, I think. You can buy little packets of wood from Hobbycraft, but there's plenty of wood lying around at the moment. It's just if I want to try carve something different. Birch and Canadian maple. I'm still working on these. As I say, I did have a couple of years where I didn't carve anything, and these have just been sitting around. Just a bowl I want to try and finish off, and what have you. Oh, and this is a crook knife here. This crook knife is one I made from a bought blade from Woodlaw. It's quite a curved blade, and you had your own handle on it. It was a good exercise, quite enjoyed it. The crook part of the crook knife actually comes in the shape of the handle, and a stropping board made from a leather belt, and a stropping board made from some birch polypore. Well guys, that is my carving kit and some of the projects I've been working on. Okay, it's a short video, not very well done, but I'm just getting back into doing these, and I thought it would be nice to show you what I'm getting up to lately. This is something I enjoy doing. I really enjoy carving. It's just getting round to doing it. I get home from work and invariably I'm knackered, and I actually don't particularly like carving indoors because invariably I end up treading wood shavings everywhere, and it's a bit, to me it's a bit of an annoyance, you know. But there you go guys. I hope any questions on kit and projects, just don't hesitate to inbox me.